Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I'm just sitting out here in nature again. I told y'all this gonna be the type of videos I start doing. Let me make sure my mic is on. Yeah, it's on. But I came out here this morning. I've had a productive morning so far. I'm so proud of myself. And that fact is gonna kind of tie in with what I'm about to talk to y'all about. Let me let this down so. But chosen ones, we're about to give birth. You're about to give birth to something that is so precious. In life, it's kind of like I want to say, it seems like you've lived so many different lives. It seems like you have tried so many different things and it will always fail whenever you would try to put your hands on something, and you would always give up whenever it got hard. It just seemed like nothing was working for you, and you felt like, well, maybe this ain't for me. Maybe I'm just supposed to work a normal job and just go be mediocre. But you always knew deep down that you were meant for something greater. And then you finally got to a point where you said, oh, well, you realized that you were going in a cycle. You finally realized that your life isn't going to change until you make a change. And then you started transforming and becoming the best version of you. You started to get rid of your old ways, your old habits, your old mindset, your toxic personality traits, all the stuff that, that is not a part of who you are becoming, not a part of your future self. You start getting rid of those toxic things, your toxic ways. And you also separated yourself from the world, separated yourself from people who don't mean you any good, or you don't associate with those people. And it's like, as you started to grow, you started to elevate, you started to level up, your life spiritually you started to get more clarity spiritually. You started to get more clarity mentally, and you started to see things around you that was happening. People who were being used by the enemy, you started to see that. And you started to appreciate the small things and show gratitude for every single situation you're in, every single situation you go through. And it's like you could just feel that something is about to happen in your life. Something good is about to happen. And that feeling is real. A lot of us are feeling it. A lot of us are feeling like, okay, our time is coming. It's almost here. It's almost here. It's right around the corner. And it is around the corner. But you got to push. You got to push. Like, just like in labor and delivery, if any of y'all have any kids. I have two. Any of y'all have any kids? When your water breaks, you start having contractions, the birthing pains, you start having contractions. And, once you get to 10 centimeters, it's time for you to push. There's something on my lip, y'all. I'm sorry. It's time for you to push. But you got to continue to stay focused. You got to continue to keep doing what you're doing. Remain humble. Keep transforming into the person you were divinely created to be. Keep showing up as your true, authentic self. Keep just being you and just being the genuine person that you are. Like, don't try to fit in with nobody. Don't go telling your business, oh, God about to do something big for me and blah, blah, blah. You ain't got to tell nobody that. You ain't got to tell nobody that. Because what's about to happen in your life, it's going to be enough proof where you don't even have to open your mouth. You ain't got to say nothing to nobody. It's just going to be like your life is about to get 1,000 times better. And the people who doubted you, the people who talked about you and laughed at you and judged you, called you crazy, people who are just, I don't know, like being used by the enemy to try to like deter people from what it is that God instructed them to do. Those people Yeah, they laughing now, but the laugh's gonna stop. I promise you the laugh's gonna stop. They're gonna be like, oh, it worked. They're gonna be asking you for help. They're gonna come to you asking how you did this. They're gonna come to you saying, well, how do I do this? How do I do that? How did you do this? How did you do that? Because I see, you know, you got such and such, and you did this and that. But they don't know that it's the favor of God that's upon your life. They don't know it's because you chose to do the hard work that nobody else wants to do. They don't know that it's because you chose to turn away from the world. Turn away from those patterns, those cycles that's been in your life all your life. You chose to break the cycle of generational curses, generational patterns, you know, and you chose to understand the depth of what it is that your bloodline, you know, struggles with. Nobody in your bloodline has overcome. Your generation struggles with a lot of things that you have overcome. But you chose to go in a different direction than everybody else. Everybody else is still, you know, doing the same things, gossiping and complaining and talking about people and, you know, judging people for how they choose to live their life, how they choose to walk out God's purpose for their life. Like, you can't put your mouth on a child of God and think you about to be blessed. And you're the type of person that you keep your mouth closed. You keep your distance. You learn how to just be silent and more observant. You stop giving in to negativity. You stop like reacting to negativity, and you saw it for exactly what it was. You finally got to the point where you were just like, okay, I'm learning, like literally from my own experience, y'all, I'm learning how the enemy works against me. I can, like, just me being quiet, I can sit there and just watch, sit there and just observe, sit there and take mental note, take note in my journal, you know, okay. And I ask God, what is it that he's showing me? He gives me an answer. Got it. Got it. But you have to understand that things, when the enemy tries to work against you, it is happening for your benefit. It's happening to teach you something. It's not happening to harm you, to hurt you, to get you down, to get you to react, to get you out of character. It ain't happening for that. That ain't why it's happening. Now, that's what the enemy meant for it. Like, but I always say, I love to say, I'm not gonna say I always say, but I love to say what the enemy meant for bad, God is turning around for your good. And that's basically that everything you go through is not happening to you, it's happening for you. Every single situation that you go through is happening for you to learn a lesson. It's happening for you to get the good out of it, see it from a different perspective, see it from God's perspective, and be like, okay, I see what's going on. I see what you want me to do, God. I see what you want me to understand. I see how you want me to move. All right? Because where you're going, you can't continue to react the way you used to react or respond the way you used to respond. Where you're going, you got to know how to compose yourself. You got to have self-control, basically. You got to have self-control to be able to say, okay, pray for them people. That's it. Like, you're going to have to pray for them. That's it. That's all you can do. You can't do nothing else. And God is also showing you the people that can't go with you to your next level. He's showing you the people that you're going to have to separate from. You're gonna have to love them from a distance. So regardless of what you're going through, what it is that you know, the things that God is showing you, the things that he's showing you in your dreams, the things that he's exposing to you, the darkness that's being exposed, whenever things are being exposed, you have to take note of it. And you have to ask God for the wisdom out of it. God, what are you trying to teach me? If you're confused about it, what are you trying to teach me? Why are you showing me this? Okay? And it's always a lesson behind it. It's always a learning lesson, because we're in a constant state of evolution, a constant state of growing and leveling up and becoming somebody better than who we were yesterday. So the person you are tomorrow is going to know more than the person you are today, because yesterday you learned some stuff that you never knew, and now today you're smarter, you're wiser. Tomorrow you're going to be smarter, you're going to be wiser, but it's up to you to be observant and know that everything that's happening is happening for a reason. It's happening around you. It's not happening to you, because it's not going to hurt you. It's not going to break you. It's like the most it can do is like hurt your feelings. But when you are emotionally intelligent, you know how to control yourself. You know how to control your emotions. You don't let nothing control your emotions. You don't let nothing, trigger your emotions or get you, all riled up. So that's the good thing about transforming and who you're supposed to become and becoming a new person, because you see that simply existing makes people mad. Simply existing and not responding how you used to makes the enemy mad. The enemy wants you to respond how you used to respond. He will use your weak spots and the people that you have a weak spot for to work against you. And it's all spiritual warfare, okay? So there's no need in going in a verbal battle with somebody. Like, the only thing verbal that you can do is pray, okay? Whenever you see the enemy at work and the enemy trying to attack, maybe go pray. That's all you got to do. Rebuke him in the name of Jesus and send him back to the pits of hell where he came from. This morning I was journaling. I was doing my my financial journaling, and it's like out of nowhere, almost a paragraph of what I had written just disappeared. It never did that. I'm on like day 11, day 10, I think today. And out of all these days that I've been doing this thing, nothing has ever happened with my iPad. All these journals that I have in my iPad that I write in, it never just, everything just goes away. Like, no, that was like the work of the enemy. And this stuff is spiritual, y'all. It's so spiritual. And the enemy will do everything he can to discourage you, to stop you, to block you, to make you shut up, to make you stop telling your story, to make you stop sharing your experiences with people, to make you stop giving God glory, But you have to keep going. You got to keep pushing, because what you're about to give birth to is beautiful, it's precious, and you have to protect it at all costs. And so you're in the preparation stages. Like when they come in the room after your water done broke, after your water broke it's somewhere else in a public place or something, and now you start having contractions. You got to get to the hospital. You got to make sure you're prepared. You got to have your bag packed. You got to have your hospital bag packed. You got to make sure you got your few days worth of clothes in there. You got to make sure you got everything. You're prepared. The baby is prepared. Okay. Or you prepared for the baby. You got the baby bag packed. You got everything you need. But this is all based off of a dream that I had. And God revealed this to me this morning. But it's just been heavy on my mind. And it's like he's been telling me to talk about it. I'm like, what? Why I gotta talk about it? I don't know what to say. But yeah, no, this lady from my hometown, she has a lot of kids, and she had got, up in her age. She's up in her age now. Not up in her age, but she's like, the older generation now. Probably like 50 something years old. But she's pregnant, like super pregnant. But she was like used to it. She was used to it. She knew what was about to happen. But what she didn't know was that this baby was going to be different from all the other 6, 7, 8, 9 kids that she got. This baby was going to be very different. And she was about to give birth to something grand, something great, something big. And her stomach was super big. They were in a restaurant or something, and I was standing there I was watching her and her husband. And her water broke. She was just like, oh babe, my water just broke. She just looked over like so nonchalant, so like she just knew what was about to happen. My water just broke. She was like, okay. They finished getting their food and everything. They didn't start rushing or nothing. It was like she was still patient. She was still taking her time, doing whatever she needed to do. She knew it was about to go down, basically. She knew that she was about to give birth to something, to a baby, to a precious little gift. But she didn't know how grand it was about to be. She didn't know how different it was going to be from all the other times she had gave birth. So I didn't get to the giving birth part, but you have been through a lot in this lifetime. And it's like you feel like you know what to expect, but you don't really know what to expect. But you know you got to keep going. You got to keep pushing this time in order to get the final result. You probably done given up so many times on so many different things in life that this time is different because you didn't give up. This time is different because you went full force. You went all in. This time is different because you're giving it your all. This time is different because you're consistent. This time is different mainly because you have God now. And you're doing it the correct way. You're self-developing. You're doing the work on yourself, the inner work, the inner healing. You know, healing from childhood trauma, healing from relational trauma, healing from the things that you don't really speak on. Healing from things that you could never, express. Things that you could never express as a child because you were shut down. Things that you never had a safe space to express to nobody. You never had room to express it to nobody. So it's like you're healing from these things. You're having to heal from it. You're able to talk to God about it. You're able to, tell your story now, bits and pieces of your story. And baby, the enemy is mad. The enemy wants you to shut up. Okay? He don't want you to keep talking about your story and spilling the secrets of what he's doing behind closed doors, what he's doing, in the dark. You ain't supposed to be doing that. That's how he feels. But you got to keep pushing. You got to keep going regardless of the naysayers, regardless of the people talking about you and judging you, regardless of the people that want you to shut up. Baby, you got to keep talking. You got to do what God asks you to do. You got to be obedient. Expose the enemy, and the people that, worked against you in the past, the people that wanted to hurt you, the people that came in your life to try to tear you down. Right? That wanted to shut you up, that wanted to stop you from going after what it is that God has got for you, that God has told you to do. Those people are going to be offended. They're gonna be offended. Okay? It ain't no other explanation. They're going to hate your guts. They're going to still talk about you and slander your name. They're going to still be kiki kaka. But when you give birth to that baby, that precious baby, that precious gift from God, when you finally give birth and they see that beautiful baby, they see that beautiful promise that God has for you because of your obedience. Oh, how did you do that? Oh, so I want to get into this. I need your help with this. I need you to help me do this. Yeah. The laughing gonna stop. It's gonna stop. It's still gonna be little sly remarks because that's how the enemy work. Oh, backhanded compliments. Congratulations, what? Congratulations where? It ain't gonna be no congratulating. It's gonna be a whole lot of hating. It's gonna be a whole lot of, I don't know. It's gonna be jaw dropping, but it's also gonna come with hate. It's also going to come with a lot of jealousy. But you got to be okay with it, though. You got to be okay with, you know, making the devil mad. God is moving. He's moving and he's about to bless you, and you're about to give birth to something so grand, something so beautiful, something so precious. And the enemy ain't gonna like that. And I say the enemy because that's what it is, your adversary. People that the enemy worked through to stop you. Like I said, it's spiritual, okay? That's why we don't fight fire with fire. That's why we don't fight back with words. We go pray. This morning when I dealt with that thing on my iPad, and it's like a whole paragraph went away that I had done wrote, I just said, I rebuke that in the name of Jesus. You won't take my joy away today, devil. And that's how we have to do. That's what we have to do. Like, continue to be joyful. Continue to be authentically you. Continue to be yourself. Continue to just continue to just do what it is that God told you to do. Continue to walk in your goodness, your power, the power and authority that God has given you. Like, ain't nothing stopping me from that no more. Like, I done been stopped, I done been halted, I done been delayed, I done been shut down way too many times, and I had to notice the patterns. I had to see, okay, devil, I see what you're doing. I see what you're trying to do. You want to keep me in a cycle. You want me to be quiet. You want me to stay hidden in the dark and not tell my story. You want me to stay hidden in the dark and not speak up. No, I'm not doing that. And I'm divinely protected by God. And he is leading and guiding me on the right path. He's leading me, like, my footsteps. And he's helping me overcome all these things. And you think I ain't finna tell nobody? Hey, look what God did. You think I ain't finna tell nobody about it? Girl, stop. I'm sorry you ain't, had no true encounters with God himself. But don't hate. Don't be in disbelief, because it's like you're about to be proof that God is real to your haters. To the people who judged you, who laughed at you, who mocked you. You're about to be proof that Jesus is real. Your life is about to be evidence that Jesus is real. God is real. When you surrender your full self 100% wholeheartedly to God, what he does, what he will do in your life, what he will do for you, how he will bless you, how he will move in your life. Your life is about to be evidence of that. And they're going to be wondering how you did it. They're going to be wondering how you got there and you was just there. You was just down there and now you up there. They're going to be wondering. They're going to be wondering. Okay? The enemy going to come back looking for you where he left you at. The last place he succeeded. Yeah. He coming back to make sure you still there. Make sure you still there in the same spot. And then if you still there, he gonna go on somewhere else. But if you ain't still there, oh baby, he gonna find out where you at. Okay, he gonna find out where you at. He coming to that place. New level, new devils. All right. So if you overcame that thing, you overcame that place that he left you last time, he gonna come and try to attack you in the next place. But just like you leveled up, he finna level up too. He gonna level up his tactics. But you gotta know, and you gotta have wisdom, knowledge, and discernment of when he's coming, of when he's approaching you, of when, whatever around you is happening to work against you. And you gotta see it God's way. Okay, that's what that's teaching me. All right, lesson, learn, cool. Let me keep going. Everything is a test. I promise you it is. Everything is a test of your faith, a test of your character, a test of your courage. It's all a test. But you got to keep pushing. You got to keep pushing. Okay? So don't give up. I'm gonna go ahead and end this video. I just want to come out here and talk to y'all about this, about not giving up and to keep pushing, because you're about to give birth to something so grand, so big, so beautiful, so precious. And your haters gonna be real mad, but you got to keep going. Okay, continue to walk upright, continue to walk righteously, continue to do what God told you to do, continue to stay on your face with God, continue to read your word, get new knowledge, continue to be a student. Yes, you are a teacher. Yes, you are a coach or a helper or a mentor or whatever. Yes, you can still do that, but also continue to be a student as well. I'm a life coach, but I'm still being a student. I'm still learning. I'm still growing. Okay? But there are so many people struggling with the things that I've overcome. So I'm open and willing and ready to teach them how to do that, to teach them how to get to their next level. And as I teach people how to get to their next level, I'm leveling up at the same time. Your oil ain't just for everybody else. Your oil is for you too. Okay? I'll have to talk about that in another video, but continue to push, because what you're about to give birth to is great. You're about to give birth to something so amazing. So continue to stay consistent, continue to go all in with God, continue to put him first in every single thing that you do. Everything that you do, do it as unto the Lord, okay? Do it, just imagine that you up in the kingdom of heaven working for God. Like, everything is, you're doing it for him. If you're working a 9 to 5, do it as unto the Lord. Okay, you working in a fast food restaurant, do it like you cooking them fries, you dropping them fries and nuggets for Jesus. All right, so don't get discouraged. You got this. You know, let the haters hate, let them be jealous, let them be envious, let them talk, let them laugh, let them judge, let them gossip. Okay, that's just that just goes to show who they are inside, but that ain't got nothing to do with you. Okay, that has zero to do with you. You're a genuine person, you're kind, you're intelligent. Okay, you know a lot of things but you don't speak on it. All right, you have wisdom and discernment. Continue to operate in that. Continue to operate in your genuine, authentic, true self, because the enemy hates that. He hates that you don't have to put on a facade and fake it for people. He hates that you ain't gotta go out here and pretend to be something that you're not. You could just be yourself and literally exist, be yourself, and talk to people, and people just love you automatically. You ain't gotta fake the funk. Like, you ain't gotta do that. Oh, how you do that? Just be you. Oh, how you get that? Being myself, becoming the best version of myself, putting God first in everything that I do. God get the glory out of all my story, baby. Nobody else. Because he done showed me some things that I never would have saw on my own. Okay? So, but I ain't gonna make this video too much longer. Thank y'all for watching. If you got to the end, smash that like button if you like these type of videos. And comment down below. Let me know if you feel what I feel. You know, about to give birth to something new. It's like right around the corner. Whatever you're about to give birth to is right around the corner. Whatever God has promised you is right around the corner. You can feel it, you can smell it, it's just like so close. And you know it's about to happen because you've been obedient. You've been transforming into your best self, your highest self, the best version of you, the woman or man that God created you to be, who you were divinely created to be. You're transforming into that person. And your adversary don't like it. They want to pull you back. But keep going. You got this. I'm just here to spread love, light, and encouragement. I love y'all, and I'll talk to y'all in the next video. Bye.